Hi there, you're in the JASMY session and we'll look at the Wyckoff patterns in both weekly and a new one in daily, plus the resistance and support levels. So let's get started. Here, we are looking at a weekly chart, and after the automatic rally, there's a second test that just seemed to have finished last week, and currently we're at this stage where we expect some fluctuations between the yellow line and the white line. So the yellow is the immediate support line at around 0.009. The resistance, the first resistance would be the 0.018 or 0.02 at around that range. The next support would be this white line, that's the bottom of the long-term playground zone. Over here, I put it way too far. Let's put it here. So that's around 0.003 or 0.04, roughly around that range. The blue line is the next resistance above the white, that's at around 2 cents. So basically, from a daily perspective, it will be a fluctuating period between the yellow and the white. And if we go to daily, before daily, let's just mention one point. The yellow line may not necessarily be the lowest point. As we can see over here, the accumulation cycle 2022-23, it can go lower before it got pumped up. So expect that's one possibility as well, even though it's likely it's going to be here, but it can come down for a little while and then go back up as well. So to the daily, like many other altcoins, this downward trend has basically finished for now, even if I extend this just to play safe. Currently the price is trying to leverage this blue edge as the support, and it's coming close to, like when we get close to mid-July, the yellow line will come into the picture as well. So there will be a a transition of support. So we'll see in like 10 days time, roughly 10 to 12 days time, when we get to here, whether the candles will find support here. If it does, if the candles are setting a rather flat bottom, there may be a chance it has a little bit of rebound as well. So here, let me take out this little blue dot. Okay, so it's time to inject some fun things. The daily Wyckoff pattern. Remember, the daily is still governed by the whatever happening in weekly. So if weekly is going through a downward trend, then weekly, even if it's going to be in a daily, if it's going through a distribution, is not going to go beyond what like the limit set by the weekly chart. Likewise, if weekly is going up, daily can go up a little bit more, but not over the weekly. So remember that while we add the daily Wyckoff analysis. So let me borrow a tag and put it in here. So let's see if this was the buying climax, and that we had this automatic reaction plus a second test, and then eventually comes down to a selling climax plus an automatic rally we've just seen a few days back. Now it's the time to come back maybe for a second test somewhere around here. That's one of the options, like I mentioned before. That test can be near the yellow line or below it. It all depends on market sentiment. And if we add back the tags to the previous stages, let's say this was the preliminary supply. PSY, not the Gangnam style PSY, just preliminary supply. And then that was the period of selling climax plus the automatic rally again. You already know these terms, and maybe that's a spring. Well, obviously you can see me skipped this one, we can put that as well, that's also a second test. There seems to be no sign of strength. Maybe this one is, I'm not sure, because it's going to be very noisy in the daily chart if we try to put in the Wyckoff method or the Wyckoff phases, stages, whatever you name it. That's why I prefer to stick to the weekly, but since some of you like it, so let's do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I see. I would put one PS, no, PlayStation, preliminary support over here, and then those are LPSY. You can easily see the buying climax, and same thing happened over here, this accumulation. So in the daily chart, we can put back in all these tags, just that it's way noisier than a weekly, where you see much less to worry about. Here you would have to guess, is it this one or is it that one that's the selling climax, or where it should actually be, right? So hope you like the new element requested by one of your fellow community members. So that's for JASMY. I'll move on to